Hello and welcome to Teetotaling Time Lords. I'm Jerome, and I have my friend Cait with me today.
Greetings.
So I am not in my current location, as you can definitely tell by this impressive nerd cave.
This is my house.
She actually lives
It's
here.
awesome.
So instead of my boring little, 3x3 thing with just the posters in the back, we have this.
Avengers merch featuring actual females.
Yeah.
Always good stuff.
She's a really good friend of mine. If you can't tell that she is a dragon, well, she is one. And considering she's a dragon, she's also a giant Doctor Who nerd.
I am.
Say a quote.
Time isn't a straight line. It's all bumpy-wumpy. There's all kinds of boring stuff like Tuesdays and Sundays and Thursday afternoons.
Well, thank goodness it's Sunday. So, that's why we are making a video for you guys today. First, Drew had a question for me, and, I decided we both can answer that because it's such a good question. Especially because I might need, 10 more seconds to think about what I want to do. But his question was, if you had a TARDIS and its chameleon circuit broke, stopped, whatever, and you got to choose whatever you wanted, what would it be? Probably not a diner or a TARDIS. Blue police
box.
Jeez.
You're a disaster.
My words are horrible. Not one of those two, but what would you choose?
I would want mine to be stuck as, one of those really little two-person tents that you can collapse really easily so that I could, if I had to, I could just pack up and go, and I could put it in the little bag and then leave to take it with me. That'd be convenient.
I'm thinking something like if you ever watched, when you were a kid and you ever watched Kid Named Codes Next Door, that treehouse that they had.
What? That treehouse is awesome.
But it would be like the ordinary treehouse that all the adults saw, but then when you went in it and you looked outside, it would just be massive and giant. I think I'd kind of want something like that because it would just be amazing.
That treehouse is actually a TARDIS, I think.
I think it is, so maybe not exactly that, but we have something special for you guys today planned.
I have this book which really interested me, and it is called The Science of Doctor Who. And it's basically gives scientific explanations for, possible and real scientific explanations for things that happen in Doctor Who, such as how the TARDIS can be bigger on the inside, or how traveling through time and space works.
So we decided that we'd look at probably just a couple of these, and I think we're going to start off with the TARDIS itself. And by TARDIS, we of course mean... I just blanked.
Time and relative dimension in space.
I knew that. You turned the page and I blinked.
Okay.
I was all ready and I was like, freeze.
So, how is the TARDIS bigger on the inside? Do you have any theories?
Magic.
Magic,
No.
Obviously. So,
the
explanation in the show is that it's dimensionally transcendental, which means that the inside is on a different dimension from the outside. However, there's a different theory presented in this book, which is that the walls of the TARDIS are filled with what's called exotic matter. Now, this stuff is really weird, because it has negative density and negative mass. So, pump your car tires up with it, and they get flatter.
So
Thus,
it's neither matter nor it's dark matter.
It's exotic matter. And so, if you lined the inside of the TARDIS with a whole lot of it, like a crap ton of it, you could get the TARDIS to be significantly bigger on the inside than the outside.
And a crap ton is a real unit of measure.
That's a unit of measure. However, as its name suggests, exotic matter is hard to come by. It's been created in very small quantities in experiments. But I think that this is a really interesting theory, and that with scientifically advanced races such as Time Lords, they would obviously have the ability to create a lot of that and put it inside a TARDIS.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I thought that was really interesting.
But what's the Doctor and his TARDIS? What is he without his trusty sonic spoon? No.
That is a spork. It's a sonic spork.
Sonic spork. No, but his sonic screwdriver. Not like the sonic shovel or the sonic spork or the sonic whatever Jack had. Whatever Jack had.
It was a sonic squaring gun, and it was actually infinitely cooler.
It was.
The screwdriver.
I love that. He just comes...
You've got a screwdriver. Go put together a cabinet. The different theories for the sonic screwdriver to work were actually very interesting.
I know some of you out there are probably screaming, "Oh, but Capaldi didn't use it in the last season."
He had Sonic glasses.
Okay, you know what?
Chill. Those glasses were stupid, actually.
And I know the Sonic went away for a while after Peter Davison, but still, just hush. The Sonic has saved the Doctor more than it has not saved the
Definitely. So, the way the sonic screwdriver could work is that producing a small, funnel of oscillated sound waves could actually jiggle. The way it could open locks is that the sound waves could actually jiggle lock mechanisms until they move in the right spot. Stop!
You were saying.
Stop. I don't need your sass today. The sonic screwdriver would have to be actually really, really loud to be able to crank out enough sonic power to move locks. This gives a particular example of in the Ninth Doctor episode World War III, the Doctor grabs a bottle of port, a bottle of alcohol, and threatens to use the sonic screwdriver to triplicate the flammability. He was obviously bluffing in this episode, but he actually could have been able to do that by using the sound waves to turn the alcohol into a gas that would make it instantly readily combustible and a whole lot more flammable. So that's another interesting thing you can do with sound waves.
Do you have any reason, though, why it doesn't work on wood? Just doesn't work on wood.
It doesn't do wood. Actually, it can if you spend, a gajillion years doing it.
Or, you could just try and see if the door is unlocked. just open the door. Just a thought. One of the things we did just a little bit before this, and so I guess that would kind of count as what I'm currently working on, is this one claims that I had a terrible childhood because I never saw Labyrinth with David Bowie.
That's actually an outrage. I was upset because they were remaking the Labyrinth.
They're not actually remaking it. It's actually no, it's going to be a sequel. The producer has come out and said it's a sequel to the Labyrinth.
Anyway,
at least they're not remaking it. I
was outraged because children of the future will watch the Labyrinth, but it will not have David Bowie, and it will just be horrible. And also, I knew that I'm sure that they were planning on doing it before David Bowie died, but to make the announcement right after he died, that's in bad taste. What? And so I was trying to be outraged with you self-proclaimed film buff, and you had no idea what I was talking about. None at all, and I just about cried.
I mean, you haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth. I know what that is.
I don't like horror movies.
Okay, good enough.
Those are unpleasant.
But now I know everything about the Goblin King, so the world is fine.
Yeah, we watched that today. You remind me of the Babe.
What Babe? Did I mess
that took you way too long. Okay.
Thought about it. I'm like,
what Babe?
What happened was my mind skipped all the way to voodoo, hoodoo, and I was like,
the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Voodoo?
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of the Babe. I don't know what that was.
That awkward moment at the end when you do a bit and then you're like, what do we do now?
Laugh please.
We're having too much fun with this. But we wanted to leave a question for Drew. Do you want me to say it or do you want to say it?
I want to do it because I came up with this question. Anywhere that the Doctor has traveled, so anywhere in any episode the Doctor has traveled, where would you go out of any of them?
So that's right. That's your question for this week.
So spend some time pondering that.
And
because I can't think of where I would want to go. That's a really hard question, man.
That'll do it for us this week. I'm going to put a link in the description, and hopefully you'll be able to click on her face, and you'll be able to go to her YouTube at Cait Rose. She is an aspiring singer trying to get into the Ball State School of Music next year. Fingers crossed.
Which is terrifying.
Oh God, yeah.
This is terrifying. I had to audition for school. Like, not only do I have to be smart.
I have faith in you.
Not only do I have to be smart to get into school, I have to be talented.
I have faith in you. I mean, you're doing the right thing by, being with us, so.
Wow.
But if you like that video, click over on the screen basket to subscribe. And,
wow.
Like our stuff, and we will see you later in the week. And like us down there.
I already said that. Bye.